Welcome to the Aesthetic Roundtable. I am Chelsea, the owner and one of the injectors at Gotox Aesthetics and Wellness. With 2 locations, we are in Wyandotte and St. Clair Shores, Michigan. I am Chelsea Burns. I am the owner and one of the injectors at Gotox Aesthetics and Wellness. We have 2 locations in Wyandotte and St. Clair Shores, Michigan, and this is the Aesthetic Roundtable.
Hi.
I'm here with...
Hi, my name is Mercedes. I am a registered nurse injector here at Gotox location in Wyandotte.
Stacy Brown.
We're always like
I am also a nurse injector here at Wyandotte and St. Clair Shores.
So one of the things we want to talk about, are we going? Sorry, we can leave that part in there. You know, although me, I'm not, no way am I organized or know what I'm doing. We want to get this whole, we're going to call it an aesthetics or an injector roundtable. I kind of like aesthetics because we want to incorporate a lot of things into here more than just injecting. An aesthetics roundtable. So we're hoping, I say hoping and planning to do one day a month because you all know my schedule and how life goes and all of our schedules and getting us all together doesn't always happen. So we hope to do maybe one day a month. Kind of like a podcast, but quick 5 minutes if I keep my mouth shut and everybody else, but we all like to talk. So
I do.
Quick and easy 5-minute topics on things that matter with hopefully respected and educated people. We hope to maybe bring in some other people around the area and the community that are also very well educated and very that just have a lot of knowledge that they can bring to educate people. So on that note, actually, bring us your topics. What do you guys want to hear us talk about? What questions do you have that you want to hear brought up here? And there is not one question that we see this all the time, but there is never a stupid question. So whatever it is, ask us. Even if you just want to know what is the difference between filler and Botox, bring it. So send us all of your questions you have, and then one of the ones we kind of want to talk about today, so I know you guys always think, or not think, but we all know there's a lot of, one of the trends we see, there's a lot of med spas popping up everywhere. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that is a hot topic or something I think that's really good to know about is what do you want to look for when you're a consumer and you're looking to do Botox for the first time? What do you want to look for when you try to find a med spa? What should somebody look at? Like, how would you do it if you have zero clue what you're doing?
I think that organically you can start with going to somebody that somebody knows and that you have seen their work.
Yeah.
So how did that person look? Were they happy with their results? Were they sad when they got home? Were they like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake?
I was going to say, were they black and blue?
I mean, yeah, bruising happens. But I think for me, it was organically finding through people that I knew that knew here. And so patient turned injector. But I think organically it can happen that way, or looking at, is it something that a spa that's on its own, right? It's not a big corporate spa. It's not rolling down the street and finding 5 of them within a 10-mile radius. I think that speaks volumes too, because you know that there's going to be more going into the practice because small businesses, right? We like to support small businesses to start with.
Yeah.
And I think when you find a small business that you do want to support, you actually have to dig in as well in the spa and know who you're going to, what their credentials are, and making sure that they are using appropriate products and appropriate terms and going through a whole plan of care with you and making sure that they're hitting X, Y, and Z and also listening to your concerns. Because I do feel like when you find a spa, you could go there and they're going to tell you, hey, this is what you need. But if that's not what you even went there for, then you should kind of make sure that they're hearing you or listening to you. Because making sure that you go to somebody that's actually listening to your concerns is a big deal too. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a big thing. And obviously credentials. Making sure you go to an injector that knows what they're doing, how they're injecting, how they've been trained, and who they work under. Because I wouldn't just go work at a corporation and not get any training and be like, hey, you should go inject on this person without training. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. And it's scary, but no one talks about it. So we're just
Nobody
giving
talks
the
about
honest
it,
truth.
exactly.
So
We've all seen that person. You're like,
That's really with no
don't-
makeup and hair mess.
If that's your way of injecting, then that's not the person that
Yes,
I want to go to.
Not
And
anything bad.
so I think like start organically. What do you
Yeah.
like to see, and then go from there. Check credentials. Are they a
Yeah.
small business? Are they a corporate thing? What is
Right.
the backing behind them?
Mhm.
Look on reviews. See what
Yes.
reviews are
Reviews
actually
are a big
out
deal.
there.
Yeah.
So I mean, when people are happy, they review, and when people are upset, they definitely are going
Well,
to
they
review.
do.
So,
I have to say, don't they say like every bad review, people are much more likely to put a bad review out there than they are a good
yes,
review.
yes.
And that's so
it's
true.
like 5 to 1.
And sometimes when somebody's really, really good, I'll put that review out there. But when they're bad, I will definitely put that review out there.
Yeah, it's like not a question.
You just if it's not vibing, then it's not
Mm-hmm.
great. And you go where you vibe with too. So there's that. But to start off, I think exactly like you guys said, finding somewhere that looking for friends that request or that recommend places and looking up credentials and making sure that they're safe. Are they licensed? Do they have a medical director? Are they using actual products? One quick way to find that out too, I always tell people is, are they doing rewards? If you go somewhere and they have no rewards, that might, not always, I don't want to say that's always a red flag, because it absolutely is not. There's times where people might be out of their rewards, because we don't always have rewards available. We only are allotted so many per office sometimes. There's other brands out there that are very reputable and excellent companies that don't participate in reward programs. So it's not always the case, but sometimes if there is not one reward program available to enroll in, that may be something, double check on that, but that is not in any way always the case, because there are some companies out there that are excellent companies. So, but that's another thing. And Hylenex, that's also my other one. Hylenex and ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
I was at something one day recently where somebody was like, well, I know the anatomy, so I don't need an ultrasound because I know where all the anatomy is and I just know what I'm doing. Okay. Well, did everybody's face follow the textbook? Absolutely not. Did my body follow the damn textbook? No. And no. Not everybody follows the textbook. And trust me, because I have that ultrasound, I know that it doesn't. So that's another huge
and having
thing.
Ongoing education for those things.
Yes.
I think once you get that, like your foot in the door, you can start asking more questions and what's available on the web, and we can find out a lot of things. And then 2, is it going to be somebody who, if you were my injector and you weren't here, am I going to be comfortable to go to another injector because you're on vacation?
Right.
That's important too, knowing
Absolutely.
that interchangeably I would go to any of us for injecting, whether it's filler, tox, or other services. So I think that's important too.
100%. You should know that who is there kind of has the same mentality, same training,
Same technique.
same background, same technique, that you're comfortable wherever you go, and that's how it should be.
Right.
All right. Bye, guys.
That's why I can't go places.